Hello, good morning, family and friends. I've been feeling pretty cooped up in the house, and I've decided that I'm gonna go out and cut some firewood. Found a tree, this one right here, and probably this one. These are birch that I'm looking at. They make decent smokehouse wood as well as camp wood, so I can combine the two. It's much easier. Get changed into my gear because safety is first. Safety is paramount. They're small trees. I'm okay with that. And I'm out here by myself, so you wanna minimize the risk. So if you take a look at that tree, you can see which way it's leaning. I got it's a bit of a snarl. Two trees right there, lined up with each other, or not lined up, but growing together. Excuse me, Shelby. And yeah, let's just have a look. So there she be. So, and there's this other one right here. It's leaning back, as you can see. And let's take a look at it from the other side. Yeah, there it is. So won't be too difficult, but there's always a danger of something happening, so you always have to be prepared, and don't ever think that you're above anything around here, because like everything in the wild, our days are numbered. So I'll go grab my saw and we'll get this fired up and see if I can find a place to set you up where it's safe. Stand by. Well, these trees are a bit like that, but they're independent of each other. So, and there's nothing tying them up. The limbs aren't tying them up on top. So I should be able to follow them safely, one at a time. So I'm just going to clear my area out to work, and of course, always have a plan of escape. Don't take for granted that tree is just going to behave. So I'm just going to drop the tree where it's leaning, right there where Shelby is, and I'll use that as my escape route. And then we'll take that one. I have this coming up behind it. This little one's tied up with it, so I'll take them together. So anyway, we'll have to get Shelby out of there. There you go, Shelby. Stay. Well, that worked out all right. I don't know if you saw that, this stick right here, when that fell, landed on this stick right there, and that was totally up in the air, probably 10 feet or whatever, did a complete somersault and landed right there. So yeah, that's kind of stuff that will get you. So when you're falling, you want to make sure that wherever that tree is going to land, you clean that out. Small things like that, just cut it in half, minimize the risk and the danger. All right, I'll go get my measuring stick. I'm at the truck now. I don't think you can still hear me, but kind of cool if you did. Here's my measuring stick. Look at that. Literally a stick. Another thing to keep an eye on is your chain. You can see that. The chain is off the rail, but it's not off the sprocket. So little things like that, you know, things are different in the bush. I gotta say, I've really missed this a lot. So I didn't cut this all the way through, just partly. You can see right here it's still connected, and so that makes it easy for me to protect my chain against hitting anything that is under here that's unknown to me. So let's do that. Start from the bottom up, I think. It's just that simple. Cutting wood is a lot of fun and good exercise. Nice way to get out. I really appreciate having these skills. But like I said, you know, I should have grandfathered myself in. I wrote letters for my followers when WorkSafe BC started implementing this system. it was still in its infancy, and I really didn't think it through. But like I said earlier, I was on a different path, and things happened, and I didn't think that I'd ever have a desire to get back into the industry. But you know, now that I'm retired, I feel young, energetic, and I got a few issues, but sitting at home just drives you crazy. I'm telling you, it's I didn't anticipate the way I'm feeling now, and it's hard to explain, but I think in time, if you don't know already, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You know, a wise man said to me, said, on those days, Aubrey, when you're just so tired and labored, and you're just ready to give up, take a moment. Think about what you're feeling, how your limbs are sore, your joints are sore, how you're tired, and just commit that to memory, because one day you're gonna miss it. And I do miss it. I miss that feeling of, of being tired like that, like just bone tired. And, you know, been off work for a couple of years now, and you know, it doesn't take long to start thinking about things like that. So anyway, let's finish cutting this up, and we'll throw an axe at it and split it up. Okay. The top, see, the top is not going to make great firewood, but you know, that punkiness right there, that makes good smokehouse wood, because when it burns, it doesn't throw a lot of heat when you're cold smoking. Like I said in my earlier video, you don't want the heat, you want the smoke. So that's it. There's my little tree all processed up. I'm so happy about it. Oh my God. Just being able to do this is such a, you know, it's such a blessing. And I miss wearing these clothes, dang it. You know, whoever thunk it? I can remember being on a side hill and the weather was so terrible on the coast, and the only shelter you have is the you know, your helmet and the collar, and you're just kind of tucking yourself in there until the next turn. And yeah, just having that crew to work with and the camaraderie. There's a lot of things, you know. I'm feeling a bit melancholy, I guess. Lonesome, I think, for who I was at one time. You know, there's that and Jim Cuddy song. Actually, I don't even know who wrote it, but by but I can't even remember the name of the band. I love that band too. Saw them in Halifax lately. Anyway, it'll come back to me. I don't know where my confidence went. That's the name of the song. And I couldn't relate to it when I was younger, but you know, when you get older and things start to change on you, you start to feel, you start to question things, you know? A bit more critical of yourself, I think. I think over time you learn your limitations and how vulnerable you really are. Especially when you have children. And be safe out here. Go home to your loved ones. You betcha. All the friends that you love, You know, you just think about the grief that you felt when you lost that close friend. You don't want to bring that on anybody carelessly. I mean, it's going to happen because their days are numbered, but be good to one another, you know? Lift each other up for sure. We only have this life right here, right now. We don't know for sure what happens after death. We've heard all kinds of stories, but this is what we have right now. Anyway, I'm going to swing an axe at this, and that's probably all I'll have time for, swing an axe and load this up, and I got to meet somebody at noon, so this is a little outing. Woohoo! So, my arm only works one way right now. So, my father taught me to split with an axe just like this weight. So this is, I think it's 3.5 pounds. I don't have my glasses right now. But there's definitely a technique to it. I think I'll just split those in half. And that is to put a little flick at the end of it. Now, it's not a big secret. There's lots of people out there that know it. And you might know it all already. But if you just hit it and flick at the impact, it kind of pops, you know, which is really nice. So I would like to say that I'm really glad I bought these clothes big on me back in the day, because when I was younger, I could fit a wool sweater under there. Look at that. Those poor pants are just busting at the seam. You know, when you're young and invincible, what a blessing. Oh man, ignorance is bliss. But anyway, I'm gonna load this up. It's probably all I have in me right now anyway, because, you know, this shoulder doesn't work the way it used to. Working on it. Poco a poco. It's coming. All right, well, that's that. I don't know what time it is, but I don't want to be late for noon. I want to show you what I was, how's my hair? Oh my God. Look at that. 20 minutes of work. I want to show you something that I find pretty exciting about nature. So this area here, you can see behind me it's all logged off. Well, that was all burned, and loggers came in and cleaned that up. And this is primarily a fir stand. Fir seeds need to be right on the soil, and usually like after a fire, you know, we'll get this. And check this out. See that? That is not a tree planter's work. That's nature's work. That beautiful little thing is going to grow into a great tree. It's going to offer more seeds for the area. There's another one over here. Over here out there. See that? Isn't that gorgeous? Just come back. Be good to one another, you know? Be safe, make it home to your loved ones, and be kind. It's really not, it's not hard. Signing off.